YouTube, Speedroid is here, and it is top tier. What is up? It is your boy Sean Matry. I've been having a blast playing this deck. We have a turn 1 board that will destroy Shaddoll. So if Shaddoll is the end of your life, you do not like the game because of Shaddoll, I am here to help you out. Going second, we've beaten them a considerable amount of times. It does kind of somewhat require you to draw a certain amount of text, but other than that, you have a good shot at beating them. Utopia is kind of up in the air with this. Going second, you have a much better chance, I feel. Going first, you have a chance, but you gotta kind of hope they don't draw Lava Golem. But yeah, this deck is quite good. It's definitely top tier, and it is free to play. So let's go over it. Mostly free to play anyway. So we have 3 Win the Win Chandler. Win is really good. So basically, you discard her and another Win monster from your integrate to add a Win monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your end. That's pretty much everything in this archetype. Marble Machine has 100, Terratop is 6, Yo-Yo is 14, so it fits. Everything in this archetype fits the bill. So if you're willing to discard another Win, you basically can search anything from your deck and add it to your end. Now, if you do play Draw and Lockbird, you could also add that if you want to do that like the end of your combo if you opened up everything already. But I'm not playing Draw. I don't think Draw is very good against Shaddoll. They're not playing Dogmatica, so Troll doesn't really do too much there. And most of their additions come from the graveyard anyway, so it's not going to really help you there. But that's why I don't like Troll. But Win, I like at 3. If you don't have multiple Win and you have more Speed Scratch, play Speed Scratch. If you don't have multiple Speed Scratch, play Win. Most of the time, it's the same thing. It literally is. If you want, would I play more of this alongside Win? I don't know. There might be use for 2 Scratch if you feel like the deck needs 1 more starter, but other than that, it's quite good. Next, we play 1 Terratop. Terratop is fantastic. Will they give us more of this? I doubt it because this card is just cracked. Basically, special summon it for your hand. You have nothing on your field. You special summon it as a Cyber Dragon, and then add any excuse me, Speedroid card from deck to end on normal or special. This includes summoning it from the graveyard. This card is cracked. Including that, we are running 3 Speedroid Take Tomboard. Take Tomboard contribute itself. It can also special itself while you control a Win monster. You can only special summon Take Tomboard once per turn. So keep in mind, even if you, let's say, link it off or synchro it off and you want to summon it back with Yo-Yo, you can't that same turn. So Take Tomboard tributes itself to summon any Speedroid tuner out of the deck. And that will more than likely be your Red Eye Die. So Red Eye Die can change its level from 1 to 6 on normal special summon. This is not a once per turn. This is a very good effect, as it makes it very easy to synchro summon into your big boss monsters. Then we run Card Turbo. Card Turbo is very key. Not only does it boost the monster, not only does it boost all Win monsters for the turn by banishing from the graveyard by 800, but if you control a Win monster, you can special it from your hand, which is very crucial with Marble Machine, as it is a 1-card combo into your double clear Crystal Wing or Crystal plus Clear Wing on the field. Then we run 2 Double Yo-Yo. Double Yo-Yo is just fantastic. It's great on the follow-up. Now, the only issue I tell you with this deck is that this deck more than anything else could really use 1 more extra deck slot. Just 1 more would be really beneficial. Yeah, 1 more would be extra beneficial, but you know, there's that in a nutshell. I guess there is cutting Clear Wing Rider, but I really don't want to do that. You could, I guess, if you really wanted to, cut it to run another Clear Wing if you really are sold on double Crystal Clear Wing, which again I think is the right move to run 2 of these. You don't necessarily have to cut this to run 2 of these, but it's just an option to. But 2 of these I think is really good with Shaddoll around, and I'll explain why in a bit. So next we have Speedroid Den Daiko Duke. So this in the graveyard can banish itself to summon a tuner from your graveyard, and very good, especially going second. If you discard this to the graveyard, either for your skill or for Win, you instantly can use this to revive back your Cork Shooter into your Hagoida going second. So that's really good. It's also crucial to your turn 1. You can play 2 of these if you want. I can easily see us cutting Ultra Hound for it and then just running a second copy of it. But it is very good to open going second, if not going first. Yeah. So next we have Speedroid Marble Machine. This is basically a Stratosphere deck on normal summon. Not special summon, but on normal summon adds any, I was about to say Salamangreat. because I'm thinking Salamander Rate of Fire. Add any Speedroid monster from deck to hand. So very, very simple. Just adds anything in the archetype that you need to hand. Then it does have a pendulum effect. When the defense position monster is targeted for attack, you can change it to face up. Also can't be destroyed in battle this turn. Now, again, nobody will read this, so if you scale this and you really want to use that effect, then have fun with it, because nobody's going to read this. I guarantee it. Then we have Ultra Hound. So Ultra Hound on summon just sends a Speedroid from deck to grave. So it's a great way to get Dendaiko to the grave. If you normal summon this going second, it can be very good because you can send Dendaiko, then revive back your Cork Shooter into your Hagoida. So basically on one summon, giving you 3 monsters instantaneously. And then it has an effect in the grave. You can target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, shuffle it, and if you do, except the turn that this is sent to the graveyard, special summon this Speedroid Synchro monster with the same level, but a different name and negates effects. So again, that doesn't really come up, but it's something you could do. You could use this to, like, you know, how should I say it? Target like your Cork Shooter that it puts in the grave, and then summon another Cork Shooter to your field, but not really. Oh, no, actually you can't, because it has to be a different name. Yeah, so this second effect really won't come up. Yeah. And then we're playing Speedroid Scratch. Discards a Speedroid, just adds a Speedroid from deck to hand. Very, very simple. 2 copies of Speed Recovery. Speed Recovery just as a monster reborn for Speedroids. Also, during the following turn, you can add a Speedroid from your grave to hand by banishing this from grave. 1 Speedroid Wheel. You can opt to play this. I don't love this because it's an RNG card. It negates the effects, but basically discard a card, roll a 6-sided die, and then you can summon Speedroid monsters whose total levels equal the result, but negate their effects. 1 to 2 monsters. So if you high roll this, then you could potentially get a free link summon, but it's very gimmicky, I feel, and it costs a discard, so it's not a card that I particularly love. And if you do not special summon, you lose result life points equal to the result times 500. Not a big deal, but I feel like this is kind of gimmicky. Then we run 1 Speedroid Duplicate. You can play 2 of this if you want, but Duplicate's really good because it banishes a win, and then target the card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. You can add this with the skill. You can also add this with Cork Shooter as well if you want to. Also in the graveyard, you can target a Speedroid monster you control, reduce its level by 1. And if you do special summon this as a normal monster, tune a level 1, attack, defense 0 as a trap. And you can only use this effect of Speed Duplicate once per duel. So you could banish it, extend it maybe later on, but yeah. Okay, that's pretty much the deck. We do run 3 Droplet, 3 Cosmic, 3 Eclipse to help us beat Shaddoll, obviously, because Shaddoll can be a pain in the neck going second, but we do have the text to out it. So next we are running High Speedroid Clearwing Rider. So Clearwing Rider has a couple effects, and they're all really, really good. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die, shuffle win monsters in your graveyard to the deck up to the result, then destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled, and it'll gain 500 for each card destroyed. So, what you need to know about Clearwing Rider right off the bat is that you roll the die, they have to activate whatever they want in response directly to the activation of the effect. They don't know how many cards you can destroy because it's at random, and if they don't respond to it, you get to destroy their cards without them being able to respond afterwards because you have a non-targeting effect. So that's very, very good. Now, also the gain 500 attack equal to the amount destroyed. And then you have the second effect. During your opponent's main phase, you contribute to Synchro summon cards, special summon to 2 level 7 Synchros. Win Synchros from different names to each other in the action deck. So you can summon Clearwing and Fast Dragon. Again, this doesn't really come up much because, again, you'll see Rubber Band Shooter has a huge cost attached to it with the skill and the limitations of the amount of extra deck you can truly run. Like I said, bringing me back to the point, if this deck had 1 more slot, you would be even better off. Okay, so next we have, also this is a level 11, and it takes a Wind Tuner plus a Wind Synchro monster. So you generally make this with Clearwing Synchro Dragon or Crystal Wing at a level 3, or Clearwing at a level 4 if you play like Fuki Midoshe. Or if you just choose to modify Speedroid Die to 4, then you can do that as well. Okay, so next is Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. This is the brand new boss monster, the archetype, and it's really, really good. It's super strong. It takes a tuner Synchro plus a non-tuner Clearwing monster. Basically, this has a couple of effects, and they're all really, really good. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can make this unaffected by monster effects for the rest of the turn. So automatically, that's very, very powerful because if they were to use something like a Hollow and they flip it up, you make it unaffected, and that's by anything for the rest of the turn. So even if they wanted to use a dragon or a squamata later on to try to deal with it, they cannot, or a construct swing into it, they will not be able to deal with it. Also, second effect, keep in mind that's activated effects of opponent's monsters, so they had a continuous effect, which Shaddoll don't. Everything activates, then they would be able to destroy it or do something to it, but there's no continuous effects here, so don't worry about that. Now, second effect, also this will gain attack to the original monster's attack equal to the monster's original attack that you activated this in response to. So if you activate this in response to a construct, this will go up to 5,800 attack. So that is very, very strong. If you activate this in response to, let's say, an Exciton Knight, they make that Utopia. So if they were to do something like that, then this would go up to like 49. So really, really strong. Make it very, very hard for them to kill. But there's more. Once per turn, when a spell or trap or effect is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So automatically, this is a Shaddoll on the field. Very, very good against Shaddoll, obviously, because they are all about activating spells or traps. Shaddoll Fusion, El Shaddoll Fusion, Nev Shaddoll Fusion, cards like that, very, very good, instantly negates them and can take dominance. Now, what's really also good about this is that it's a soft once per turn to use these effects. So essentially, if you summon two of them, you can use it twice, and that can be very oppressive for Shaddoll, unless they open up an early game nib, which again, there are lines to play around it, which I'm still learning, and then early game droplet, which can hose you, obviously, but, you know, there's that in a nutshell. Okay, then, on top of it, we are running Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is just, if you don't, also, this has one more effect. When it's sent to the graveyard by a opponent's card, it does not need to be sent by card effect, so if they destroy it in battle, or just get it there some way. Even if they send it with, well, they can't send it with Maximus, because it has to be that one that you control. But if they send it by an opponent's card, by something that they can, while you control it, so basically while it's on the field, it hits the graveyard, you can add any win monster from deck to hand. So get your win, get your any of your combo starters, get your follow-up instantly. Again, not running another level 7 makes it a little bit more challenging to get follow-up, but still really good overall nonetheless. But if you're going up against Shaddoll and you went on two of these, the chances are you're probably not going to need that follow-up, as this will probably more than likely solo that matchup. Now, on top of that, we're running Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which can negate the opponent's monster's effect, destroy it, and then gain attack equal to the monster's attack. Very, very good. Kytre can either negate the effects of all monsters on the all cards on the field. Now, keep it in mind, it says all cards. So if they have like an Orchestrated Babel or a Lyraless Bird Sanctuary, it will negate that as well. So things like that, face up spell or traps, or a Schism that's on the field, you can negate that too. So maybe if they use their Schism earlier, or they have a Schism on the field, you can go ahead and negate that as well. Or if not, you can nuke the whole field. And if it's destroyed, you get to add a Speedroid monster from deck to hand. So very good. Or sent to the graveyard while in your possession. So on your field, just basically do that. Now, next, Clearwing Fast Dragon is a level 7. That could quick effect negate on both monsters that have special from the extra deck. Be careful, because if you book their monster or they book their own Shaddoll or summon it off fresh, it'll no longer be treated as something from the extra deck. So in that case, then this won't negate. But most of the time, going second, you can like summon die and then summon like your Terratop normal die. Oops, sorry about that. Hold on. I don't want to forget what's in the deck. So back to where I was saying, special your Terratop, normal your die, and then threaten this immediately to threaten the window, and then use any other tech if they have a Schism ready to go afterwards. Then you have Clearwing Synchro Dragon, which can negate a level 5 or higher monster effect and destroy it. And if it's targeted or any level 5 or higher is targeted by a monster effect, you can negate that and destroy it as well and gain the attack equal to the monster destroyed. Keep in mind, this is easily chain block. If you end on this or Crystal Wing alone against Shaddoll, it's not going to be enough, because if the Shaddoll player is any kind of smart, they will activate Shaddoll Fusion and then send their Earth to the graveyard with Wendy into like an App Cologne, or they don't even have to make App Cologne. They just make Shekinaga, and then they make Shekinaga, and then make their Earth go second in the chain when they're Wendy going third. So that way, if you were to negate their Wendy, they basically use the Earth to force you to negate, and then if they were to negate your Wendy, with Crystal Wing, then they just change Shekinaga and deal with it. So just be careful with that. Okay. Now, the most broken synchro in the deck that starts you up is Cork Shooter. This card is insanely good. It is a 1-tutor plus 1 or more non-tutors. Level 3. If this is a synchro summon, you can activate its effect. It either adds a Speedroid spell trap from deck to hand, or all the monsters in the graveyard that was used to synchro summon this, you could special summon them. So this is really good. This is essentially, if you don't know about TCG, Soul Charge, which just brings back 2. Or it is basically a Fury of Fire that does not restrict you for Salamangreat for this, and it's really, really good combo extender. Broken, it's so easy to make. Next, we have Rubber Band Shooter. This card is cracked. So basically, it's a Link 2. During your main phase, you can immediately normal summon a Wind monster. Also, you cannot special summon except for Wind for the extra deck, but it doesn't matter. Everything you're doing is Wind. So this is basically, if you know Ritual Beast, Ulticum and Falcos, this is a free extra normal summon during the turn, which is disgusting. It allows you to make really, really good boards in Speedroid. Also, second effect, really good. You can reveal 2 Speedroids, then your opponent picks one at random, sends one to the grave, and then you add the other to hand. It does not matter, spoiler alert, what you do, and you'll see in the combo, whatever they choose is going to be their own demise anyway. So, yeah, let's get on to the... Then you're going to go ahead and special summon your Car Turbo. Then you're going to link into your Rubber Band Shooter. Then Rubber Band Shooter, you're going to activate the effect to search. And from here, you're going to banish your Fast Dragon. And now you're going to reveal 2. You're going to reveal your Terratop and your Yo-Yo. You do not care what your opponent adds to hand. It is irrelevant. So he chooses the Terratop, but we do not care. Next, we're going to go ahead and activate Band Shooter to summon their Terratop. Terratop's effect activates and adds our Taki Tomborg. Then Taki Tomborg will special summon itself. Taki Tomborg's effect to summon out die out of the deck. Then you can activate Red Eye Die to target your Terratop to make it a level 2. Then you are going to Synchro Summon your Die and your Terratop into your Cork Shooter. Now, you're going to use Cork Shooter's effect to special summon. If you have a Speed Recovery in hand and you open Yo-Yo, so like if you have a Speed Recovery and let's say you have a Yo-Yo, they add Yo-Yo over Terratop, then you can instead decide to add the spell or trap instead of going for Cork Shooter's effect. So you have that as an option if you want to get your duplicate, if you have the option to do so and you open up more than the 1-card combo. So next we're going to go ahead and summon back our Die and our Terratop. Then we're going to go ahead and use Die to make our Terratop a level 6. Then since it's a level 6, we can go ahead and make our Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Beat your wings to whip up a whirlwind of just level 7. By the way, I am going to be doing Max Climb with this on my boy Guyba's account. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you go and like, comment, and sub to my YouTube and to my Twitch. Okay. So next, we are going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to go ahead and make our Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Okay, this I did not go over. I gotta go over this now, otherwise you're not gonna understand anything that's about to happen. Okay, this is the skill. So, Crystal Clearwing Acceleration. You can only use this skill second and third effects once per duel. First, you're locked into Clearwing Synchro Dragon and Speedroid monsters permanently. So that's it, including the extra deck, capiche capuche. Second effect, send 2 cards from hand or field to grave. So like the Resonator skill, play 1 Crystal Wing from your extra deck or graveyard to your field. So very similar to the Resonator skill. And then third effect, if you control a level 10 monster or only your opponent controls a monster, you get to add 1 Speedroid or a Speed Recovery from deck to hand. And if you're going second, you get to place Kendama, Chimbara, Hagoida, and Puzzle and Cork Shooter. Now, the only one that's really relevant to come up is Hagoida, which basically can summon yourself from the graveyard to the field if you control a tuner, and you contribute it to reduce all monsters on the field level by 1. Increase, not decrease. And then Kadama can summon itself from the graveyard during the standby phase, but you can't normal summon a set during the turn. The others never really come up. I'll go over it on stream if you're there, in case they ever come up, but they're really never coming up. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I guess you could use Speed Recovery to bring back Chimbara, which can swing twice, but like I said, that hasn't really come up for me. But it can, depending on how many Speed Recoveries you have or play. But yeah. Okay, next we're going to add from deck to hand our Dendaiko Duke. Very important. Next, we're going to go ahead and activate our skill, Crystal Clearwing Acceleration. Now, if you start off with Marble Machine, that's even better because you could send Rubber Band Shooter if you want for the skill. So essentially, the skill essentially becomes free at that point, which is broken. You're going to play Clear Wing for free. And then you're going to activate your Dendaiko Duke. Now, if you want to end on if you want to end on Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, your level 8 monster negate, you just choose die. And if you want to end on your second Clear Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, then you're going to reborn back your Cork Shooter. So, pretending we're going up against Shaddoll, we're going to go ahead and make our second Clear Crystal Wing. Now, another thing that I should bring up, and this is very relevant, if they're smart, you want to make this, in my opinion, in the main if you're going to control over it. And you may say, well, why, Sean? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because you can just activate the one in the EMZ first. The reason why I say even brought that up is because this cannot negate the damage. This cannot activate its first effect in the damage step. The second effect can, but the first effect can't. So, if your opponent is smart, they might just choose to sit on a bunch of Shaddolls hoping you attack into them. At that point, just stall them out, wait for your play to develop, and then win from there. This is why I really, like I said, wish you had another level 7, but you don't. You could take out the Clear Wing Rider. It might be right to cut this out because this doesn't come up a ton for us. So, technically, we could take out a Clear Wing Rider for another Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I might end up doing that if I feel like this is coming up more. That way, we have a lot more to do on the follow-up and can follow like more aggressive plays on the follow-up. So, we can add that as, you know, an answer to just saying, hey, we want to get more aggressive anyway. Yeah, but we don't want to cut Kite Drake. I feel like Kite Drake is too valuable. So if anything were to cut, I would say probably Clear Wing Rider if I want to get more aggressive with the follow-up. So, yeah. But other than that, yeah, we're chilling. And against Shaddoll, it would make sense to do that because we would just make another Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. And then, like, Clear Wing can negate the damage step. So that can negate. So even if they wanted to do that and go after, like, our Synchros, then we can have the option to just say, hey, we want to negate the damage step. And have a negate for something like, their Hell Shaddoll also in addition to that. So if they wanted to end like at a Hell Shaddoll plus a Squamata, then we have that as well. So yeah, but that's your combo. Again, if you want to go Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon instead, just reborn your level 1. And if you open up your Speed Recovery and get to Yo-Yo, then you have the option to search your trap. Also, if you hard open up your Dendaiko Duke or you have a way to get to it, then you can also skill get your trap as well and sit on your duplicate. So that's the combo you basically need to know. I'm going to go over the Terratop line because it differentiates a little bit, but not much. It's pretty much the same turn thing. 1. Pretend we're going turn 1. So the first thing we do is special Terratop. And unlike last game, we don't search our card turbo. We search Take Tomborg. Then very easily, Take Tomborg summons itself. Take Tomborg's effect summons out your Red Eye Die. Die makes your Terratop a level 2. Then we make our Cork Shooter. Synchro summon. Here's the then we're going to activate the effect to summon 2. And again, this is like, just like the first combo. Just I want to show this off because it starts out a little bit differently. Then we're going to make our Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. I mean, our Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Keep on say Crystal. Then we're going to make our Clear Wing, Crystal Wing, Clear Wing. Crystal Clear Wing. Now, we'll activate our skill. And then we will add our Dendaiko Duke again. Well, it's already in hand, so I'm gonna add some other bogus card, but we know it's already in our hand. Like I said, if you already have it, grab your duplicate. And we'll skill. We'll dump this. And another card out of our hand. Like I said, this weighs a bit more minus. This weighs a bit more minus because we have to discard an extra card from our hand. So Marble, I feel like, is the best way to start.
I Synchro summon a monster. Appear level 10 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon.
And there you go. Basic one card line. Very easy to make. And yeah, you pop off. They're very, very good, my children. Very, very, very good.
Giving up is time. Let's duel. You're in for it. I activate my monster's effect. Speedroid Terror Top. Terror Top's effect activates. Speedroid Top. I activate Top and Cobweb Tuner. Red Eye Dice activate. I Synchro summon a monster. Here's the Court Shooter's effect. Speed Red Eye Dice activate. Use your wings to whip up a whirlwind of destruction. I Synchro summon. Level 7 Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Synchro Summon. Appear level 10 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Giving up is a... But you is always unpredictable. I vanish, then here's the level 3. I Synchro summon a monster. Appear level 10 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Here I go. Turn. Time. Show yours from my hand. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. From my hand. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. From my hand. Okie dokie. I activate my monster. I activate Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. I activate my Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. I activate my monster's effect. Okie dokie. Links. I activate my monster. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my monster's effect. I'm ending my turn. Let Crystal Clear Wing my turn to from my hand. I activate my Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. Ending my turn. My win. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. I activate my monster's effect. From my hand. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. I activate a trap. I activate my monster's effect. Watch this. I link summon from my hand. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. Here I go. I activate my spell card. Speedroid, Speedroid. I activate double yo-yo's effect. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Crystal Clear Dragon activates its effect. I know you got a lot more. A duel? Giving up is... Let's duel! Speedroid, Tops effect. I'll play this. My set. Here goes. Fusion summon. I'll play this. I activate my monster. The tuner monster. Red Eye Dice activate. Shining wings light up the soar. Clear wing fast dragon. Clear wing fast dragon. That's a no-go for my I activate a quick play spell. I activate my spell card. Here's the duel. I Synchro summon a monster. Appear level 2. I set a card. Here I go. I drew from my hand. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. I flip over I activate my trap. Speedroid duplicate. You're in for it now. I Speedroid Top. I activate speed recovery's effect for my graveyard. Let's hold up. I activate it. Hold up. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect. Then you're in for it now. I drew from my hand. Here goes. I fusion summon a monster. I activate my monster. All right. I flip over my set card. I activate my monster's effect. I know what to do. I win. I activate my monster's effect. You ready? If you fuck. Speedroid, Tops effect. I'll play this. My set. I know what to do. Fusion summon. All right. I activate my monster. Speedroid double. I activate double. Here's the from my hand. All right. From my I activate when I.
So yes, as you can see, this deck, especially if it goes first, has a really good chance into Shaddoll. And again, bringing it back, we definitely want to add in, may cut out the level 11 for another 7, just to end on that really dominating board against Shaddoll. If you're wondering why all of our replays were against Shaddoll, that's what I've been facing all in max rank. I don't want to say, because it's a big jump to say Shaddoll is like tier 0, but it is very, very strong tier 1. From what I've seen, everybody's been playing Shaddoll. It has been rare that I've run into anything else, so that's why you've been seeing a ton of like Shaddolls. But it is really dominant tier 1, kind of separation from everything else, I think, at this point. So yeah, like everything's catering to it. But if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, sub. Speedroid climb. I want to say maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow morning we're going to do it. So, yeah. If you like this video, like, comment, sub. And, yeah. Enjoy. And until next time, it's your boy, Show 'em a Try. Signing out. Bye, YouTube.